Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's TPM5 here, back again with another NBA video. And in today's video, I'm going to be previewing the Detroit Pistons offseason, looking at some draft prospects. Obviously, we're going to talk a bit about Cade Cunningham and just talk about their future situation, some future prospects, and also some possible trades that could be made. Without further ado, let's get started. So this season, the Detroit Pistons open up their year with a 1-7 record, a very poor start, and it was much of the same tone for the rest of the year as they finished with a 20-52 record, losing their last 5 games consecutively. However, there were some bright spots as Isaiah Stewart made the All-Rookie First Team, and Jeremy Grant proved to be a great signing for them as he was averaging 22.3 points and looks to be a real trade piece in the future, or a piece for them to build with, a franchise type guy in the future. This was the year they got rid of Blake Griffin as well. They managed to get off his money as he made his way to Brooklyn. And a lot of this team, they're in a good spot salary-wise in the long term. We'll look at that in a sec. Obviously, they did get rid of Derrick Rose as well as he went to New York and played some key minutes in the playoffs. But we're going to touch more into some trade rumors in a sec. But just a reminder, guys, to please like and subscribe. I make NBA content 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm continuing with these previews. The next video is going to be about the Houston Rockets, so please subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on that. As you guys can see, here's the salary cap table. So as you guys can see, they're in a good salary cap spot. As in at the end of the 2023 season, they'll only have 52 million committed, and it'll be committed to Jeremy Grant and basically a lot of young guys as well, along with Mason Plumlee. They're in a good spot. They have a lot of young talent with a lot of upside, like Saddiq Bey was a great player for them this year, and they did well by acquiring guys like Hamidou Diallo for cheap, who could turn out to be something for them in the future. Corey Joseph's on 12.6 million next season, but the amount's not fully guaranteed. So again, that may look like a bad contract, but he will not be getting that full amount. Obviously, they'll have to pay Blake Griffin next season as they paid him out and bought him out, and they'll be paying Dwayne Dedmon strangely through until the 2025 season at around 2.8 million per year. Now, obviously, you expect a young team like Detroit to have a lot of salary cap room in the future, and that will be, filled in by the young guys they have, like Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes, Hamidou Diallo, the list goes on. Those young guys are going to hit the free agency, restricted free agency, and they'll end up getting paid. So I think that in the long term, it makes sense why they have money now, but they can, Jeremy Grant's a very good trade piece because he shows that he can defend, he's a very good defensive player. And in an opportunity where in Detroit, let's face it, he is the best player, and they're not exactly looking to, win. He has room to fill in stats. Not saying their stats empty because I don't really believe in that. In the NBA, it's actually harder, if anything, being the only guy that they trust down the floor every play. But I think that, he's a good piece for them, whether you look to trade him or you keep him in the long term. Detroit could easily trade Green to get themselves, more of a presence in this draft. Obviously, they have pick 1, but you can never, as a rebuilding team, have too many draft picks. Just look at OKC as an example. So they could always trade Jeremy Grant to get back into the draft and take a bad contract back in return, similar to what the Brooklyn Nets of, the years where they didn't have many draft picks did, and that was how they got back in the draft. And I think one year they got Jarrett Allen through that. So again, I'm not advocating for it, I'm just making the case. I think that you can't go wrong either way. Obviously, you need someone to put the points up, so obviously that's the role he would have. But that's enough of that. Let's move on to Cade Cunningham. So the Pistons have been looking at, trading away the pick 1, which is basically, Cade Cunningham at this point. They could get some offers such as, offer from Detroit where you trade down and you get their first round pick the year after. You get James Wiseman pick 7 and pick 14, and then Golden State's pick next year, which will be in the late 20s, or mid-late 20s, because they'll be good again. And you can also look at OKC and see what they would give you. They have a lot of draft picks too. But to be honest, I think that Detroit should draft Cade Cunningham. I think that he's an All-NBA type talent, which it's very hard to pass up on a guy like him. Just coming out of Oklahoma, he averaged around 20 points per game, 6 rebounds and 3.5 assists. He shot 44% from the field along with a good 40% from 3. Very good. Granted that the 3-point line in college is closer, and then he shot 85% from the free throw line as well. So the 6'8" shooting guard who can play minutes at small forward scored 103 points in quote clutch situations, and is a big switchable player in the modern NBA. Some people have compared him to Luka and Grant Hill. in the end, nothing's certain until Cade signs his rookie deal with the team that drafts him. But I think that the Pistons would be very silly to pass up on the, you know, by far #1 pick in this draft. I think it would be a bad choice. I think they'll pick Cade Cunningham and he'll be there. He'll be brilliant for them and he's going to be averaging like 20 points per game next season. And they probably will not be doing anything in the Eastern Conference, but I guess we expect that. Now that brings me to the end of the video, guys. If you're a Pistons fan, please don't forget to comment. And guys, like and subscribe and it would help me out a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.